there, welcome to the Friday night feast. This is the image that we are going to be working from today, guys, which is this one on the screen here. It's called You're Next. So we've got like a Grim Reaper skull pointing towards you. We've got a pair of dog tags with the word You're Next on. There's a bit of his cloak coming down. You've got the skull face, the hand, and that's pointing towards you there. So that's what we're going to work from today. The actual board that we're working on is an aluminium composite signboard. Now, if you've not used signboard before, it's a great product to airbrush on because you can clear coat it. It's like working on automotive panels, and it get you used to working on a real smooth sort of shiny surface. So to prep a aluminium board up, I've chopped this one down to 450 wide by about 2.5 feet deep, and I've radiused the corners off. Now, how I did that was I got a roller masking tape, held it up to the corner, and then just circled round all the corners, and then got a 4-inch disc grinder and just buzzed the corners off with an 80 grit disc on it, and just rounded them off, then sanded all around the edges and planed it with a 500 disc, sanded, and then just used a hand plane, and you can plane the edges nice and smooth. So that's how I prepped that. To get the surface keyed up ready to paint on, after I chopped it down and buzzed the corners off, I cleaned it in panel wipe, which is a degreaser, wiped the whole panel down to get any fingerprints and marks off it, and then I went in with a grey Scotch-Brite, which a grey Scotch-Brite is basically like a sort of like a 500 disc DA disc, but it's on a pad, and you will scuff the surface back, so you're taking that shine off the panel and just dulling it down, and that will give you a surface area which is keyed up, so the paint that we put on it will adhere to it and grab to it. So that's how you prep it. And then I moved over, I put this panel and stuck it to the wall with masking tape around it, pulled back the projector, and I projected up the image and just went round and penciled in some of the key points on the actual image. Just gives me little guidelines to work from, and that's how I got the image across. Now that's all good to go. The paints that we're using are Golden High Flow acrylics. We've got a yellow oxide, we've got a sepia, a raw umber, a burnt sienna, white, black. We've got some com art as well, and any other golden colours that we need along the way. I'll just mix some colours if we need them. Cleaning wise, we are using water to thin the paint down. I've got thinners to blast through the brush later on stages, airbrush cleaner, cotton buds, kitchen towel. We've got some shields. I've got the Scott McKay pocket graphics if you need to get any real tight, intricate shield things down. We've got those, we can use them. I've got a little bit of texture piece there that we can spray through to get some textures into the skull and things like that. Airbrush we're using, I'm jumping onto the Iwata Takumi Eclipse, really liking this at the minute, so we're going to be using that one. Air pressure setting on this will be around 22 psi, and if I need to drop it, I can drop that down on the regulator on the airline that's coming in. But we should be just running this at 22 psi, not a problem, because it's quite a big piece. So I'll stick you in some time lapses. You'll see this piece coming together, and I'll do some little breaks along the way, give you a little chat. If there's anything that I'm doing that's different that you need to pick up on the tips and tricks, I will let you know. Enjoy the video, guys. I'll stick you some music on and we'll crack on. See you in a bit.
I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push my mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss, see. I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python. Grab what I like real fast, choke until I have everything I attack. Everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see, matter of fact. Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it.
Right guys, I'll give you a little break from that time lapse and give you a little talk through of where we are. So we've sort of got the skull in. There's a load more sort of details on there, but we've got the main part of that down. Now I started off with a yellow oxide with some white mixed in it, and then I sort of dropped a drop of sepia in it and just knocked it back a bit. We've gone in with some sepia on its own, a transparent, and just dusted over. We've gone in with some raw umber and made a little mix up. We've just been knocking it backwards and forwards with the yellow oxide. I went in with the eraser, just brought a few of the highlights out and then knocked them back again, then brought them back out. But any of the real sharp highlights, will pop them in nearer the end. I'm going to go with that colouring on the skull, and then we can move on to this part of the knuckle and the hand. We'll get that in the same colouring as this. And then all round his cloak we can really start sharpening that up with the shields and make that pop and bring the highlights in. But that's where we are. I'll stick you in another time lapse. Still using the Takumi with the big cup. I've kept the big cup on it, and it's okay for something like a big picture like this. It's great. So yeah, I'll see you in the next time lapse. Right guys, I'm going to call this one done for this episode. We've got the skull in and we're starting to move across now, and we're dropping the hand in. So I'm going the same way as I did the skull. We started off with a really light yellow oxide and then just started to knock that back, add the tones in, and then we're just sharpening up the edges of this. We've got this sort of ring to work in next in the next episode, and then we can start working down. We've got the cloak part at the top, and then we can drop some black and just dark off the edges on this. So I hope you've enjoyed this first episode on the Friday Night Feast, and we'll jump on to the next part in the next episode. So thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you're new to my channel, click that subscribe, press that notification so you don't miss out on any more upcoming videos on RedFX Custom Paint. Warm welcome to all the new subscribers and all the comments, guys. It's much appreciated, it really is, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.